Good morning, everyone. This is Mario from Dickens Real Estate. On this beautiful Saturday morning, I've got the opportunity to interview one of our celebrities, so to speak, of the area, Mr. Al Finlay. Now, Al, I'd like to ask you a few questions, if I may. Firstly, when did you move to the area?
I came in the first time into Paulpunka on the 1st of December 1988.
1988?
Yep, I was the publican at the Paulpunka pub.
Oh, there you go, yeah.
That's what brought me to the area. I did have an auntie and uncle that lived here.
Yeah.
They lived in Elm Court. I used to visit, and when I left the railways back in 88, we decided, me and my business partner and his wife, that we were going to buy a pub, and Paulpunka was the pub.
Paulpunka was the pub, and how long did you operate the Paulpunka Hotel?
I was there for a year after the partnership. There for a year as an operator, and then we had a partnership breakdown, but I stayed there another 6 years.
Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Very good. And having lived in the area, what attracted you to Bryant, apart from the obviously work commitments? But was there anything else that attracted you to Bryant or the district?
Oh well, it was always a wonderful place to visit, as you know. People that come here, they finish up coming to live here. They come here for a holiday, and then they work out how they're going to get here to live here, whether it's retirement or whether it's to buy a business or buy a job or anything else. Now with the internet and technology and all that, you can really live wherever you want, really, at the end of the day.
That's true, and a lot of people are moving to the area because of that very fact. Also, given that you've lived here since 88 it was, wasn't it?
Yep.
Have you noticed any change, significant change in the area?
Yeah, I think one thing is we got a little bit busier.
Yeah.
When I first came, there was locals. I remember in Paulpunka in particular, there were people that lived there that, had never been to Melbourne, that they were in their 20s. It was really strange, but, that's how they were back then. But now, it's so easy to come in and out and all that sort of stuff. But the place has certainly got a lot busier than what it was in those days.
So a lot more visitors or more people moving to the area? What do you?
I think both.
Both?
Yeah, certainly a lot more residents,
Yeah.
as you can tell with, no doubt the amount of properties that Dickens Real Estate sell would be a fair place to have a look and see what they were back in those days and what they are today.
Yeah.
So,
Very good. And finally, I guess if for maybe younger folk or even people new to the area, is there anything that you could tell them about Bright or the general area that that they may not know?
We are a community. There's not too many that don't know somebody. There's no one here that I believe is lonely. There are plenty of people out there, plenty of community groups. Take Rotary behind me, for instance. Every Thursday they meet, and everyone's welcome to join Rotary. You've got the Rotary barbecue here every Saturday morning. The other Rotarians, not that I'm a Rotarian, but I like to help out, they're amused that I speak to everybody that walks past. And anyone I don't know their name, I just make it up anyhow. Because they don't know them either, do they?
And I dare say there's probably not too many people that don't know you, Al.
Yeah, that's true. But I've been very fortunate, Mario, since I've been here. I was involved in Apex in my early days, in the early 90s. And then, receiving Citizenship of the Year under the old Shire of Bright in 93. That was a great honour after the floods. I have an accolade from the Rotary Club. They made me a Paul Harris Fellow, and not being a member of Rotary, that's a pretty big honour. I have a Max McGilvray Award from the Lions Club. I have quite a few accolades, and I've been very well treated and very well respected. But one of the best things, I think, were when I was the youth worker in the community, working with the young people. Obviously, when you're Santa, you've got a few tricks up your sleeve. The town crier, which I still do today. I've done that for about 28 years, I think. And, the wonderful people. I mean, you people yourselves, Dickens in particular. Mrs. Dickens is a beautiful person. And old Mrs. Dickens, I remember when I was in Apex, her and Mrs. Main used to go and get wood. Like they were in their 90s, and they'd be up in the pines picking up the pine needles and the pine cones and whatever. We always used to laugh at the dinner meeting when we'd deliver wood to Mrs. Main in particular. We wondered who used the chainsaw with the two of them. But it's a wonderful place, and everyone's always made feel welcome. It doesn't matter who you are or what you are or where you are. You're always welcome in the Alpine Shire.
Well, that's great. Well, thank you very much, Al.
I'd just like to say congratulations to Dickens on 65 years. I believe Jason Reed was there when they started, and Gerard Gray come on board a few years later. Those two guys, no matter what day of the year it is, it's a birthday for every day for those two blokes. So happy birthday, Jason, and happy birthday, Gerard, and all the staff, and thank you.
Thanks, Al.
All right, mate.
Fantastic.